All right, guys, welcome back. Let's get the show on the go. All right, what you see now is we're going to focus on conversions and calculations involving units of length and distance. Okay, so I'm going to give you some bit of background, and thereafter we're going to work on it. Right, so I'm saying here length is the measurement of an object from the one end to the other in one dimension. Then the imperial units, it is our inches, feet, yards, and so on. All right, then this is the part that I said might be overwhelming to you. But please note, your educator examiner, they must provide you with this. So I'm just going to give you a quick example. So these are our conversion tables. For example, if I convert from metric to imperial, I know that 1 centimeter equals 0.3937 inches. Then from imperial to metric, for example, 1 inch equals 2.54 centimeters. So we are not going to memorize this. This will be provided to us. So let's look at general examples. So bear with me. I'm saying if you are given one imperial unit and you go to multiple metric units, what will be important? Okay. So now, for example, this part here will be given to you. We'll say 1 foot equals to 0.3048 meters. So now the metric to imperial, what must happen? We will divide by the conversion rate. For example, I ask here, how many feet in 35 meters? So if you look at this, 35 meters is metric, and we must go to imperial. So what must happen now? I have to divide. So therefore, I'm going to say 35 divided by 0.3048, and that will give you 114.83 feet. Then if we go from imperial to metric, we will multiply by that rate. For example, how many meters in 50 feet? Right? So therefore, if we continue, we'll see it will be 50 multiplied by the rate that was given right here on top, 0.3048, and that should give us an answer of 15.24 meters. Now, if we come from a different angle, this time around, we're going to give you metric unit and equals to multiple imperial units. So what should happen now? For example, 1 meter equals 3.2800 feet. So imperial to metric, we will divide. Okay? So therefore, how many meters in 10 feet? If you look at it, imperial was given, so I need to divide. So let's look at what the solution should be. I'll take the 10 divided by the conversion factor of 3.2808. That gives us 3.05 meters. Then from metric to imperial, we will multiply by the rate. So for example, how many feet in 30 meters? So now the metric was given 30 feet. I must multiply by the factor of 3.2808. So let's look at what that solution looks like. 30 meters multiplied by 3.2808 equals 98.428 feet. I hope that makes sense. What you currently see, I already explained, just in a different form. So let's look at an example. I'm saying here, convert the following using the conversion rate alongside. Now let's look at the conversion rate. You must convert 17 inches to centimeters. Conversion here, use 1 inch equals 2.54 centimeters. So if I look at this, I'll take my 17, I multiply that by the rate of 2.54. So if I type that in, that should give us an answer of 43, my apology for that, 43.18, and that should be in centimeters. Right, so if I move on to the next example, I'm having now 3.7 feet, and I must convert that to meters, given that 1 feet or 1 foot equals to 0.3048 meters. So what will my solution look like? Remember, I am working with feet, I must move on to meters. So therefore I'll say 3.7 multiply by the rate of 0.3048. So if I type that in on my calculator, 3.7 multiply by 0.348, giving us an answer of 1.12776 meters. I hope that is clear. All right, so that's the first part. Now we'll be moving on. We'll be looking at conversions and calculations involving units of mass, which is also weight. So let's quickly look again at what is our mass. That's the amount of matter in an object. The imperial units for mass is pounds and ounces. Right, so again we have our conversion tables given to you. No need to memorize anything. So if I look, for example, from metric to imperial, 1 gram equals 0.0352 ounces. And then from imperial to metric, then 1 ounce equals 28.3495. Okay, so let's quickly look at general examples. So I'm saying if you are given one imperial unit and you must go to multiple metric units. Okay, so let's look at the first example. Example given to you is 1 pound equals to 0.453 kilograms. So from metric to imperial, I will divide. Let's see what I mean by this. Here's your question. How many pounds in 15 kilogram? All right. So now the metric is your 15 kilograms. You must convert to imperial. So I have to divide. Therefore, I'm going to say now that will be our 15 divided by 0.453, and that gives us 33.11 pounds. Then if we convert from imperial to metric, we will multiply by the same rate that was given to us. So what will that look like? For example, I'll say how many kilograms in 47 pounds. So therefore, in this case, I'll say 47 pounds multiplied by the rate of 0.453, and that will give us an answer of 21.29 kilograms. Now let's quickly move on. A few more examples that I want us to look at. Now this time around, metric equals multiple imperial units. What will be applicable? We will give this. We say 1 kilogram equals 2.204 pounds. So when we move from imperial to metric, we will divide by the rate. Let's look at an example. All right, so I'm saying how many kilograms in 30 pounds? Okay, remember now, pounds was given, imperial, we must move to metric, therefore I'll divide by the rate. So what will my calculation look like? I'll take the 30, I will divide it by the 2.204, and that should give us an answer of 13.61 kilograms. Then, when metric is given to you, and you must now convert to imperial, we will multiply by the rate. Let's look at an example. So the question here, how many pounds in 60 kilograms? So what happened here, we gave you 60 kilograms, that is your metric, and you must convert to imperial, therefore we'll multiply. So our answer, I'll say 60 multiplied by 2.204, that gives us an answer of 132.24 pounds. All right, that again is what I've explained, just in a different format. Now let's do some examples together. All right, and I want you to type this in on your calculator and work with me. Question at hand. Convert the following using the conversion rate alongside. So what do we have? 35 grams to ounces. Using the rate 1 gram equals to 0.0352. Now let's quickly see what we need to do. I'll take my 35. I multiply that by the rate of 0.0352. So when I type this in on my calculator, I'll type 35 multiplied by 0.0352. That gives us an answer of 1.232. And remember now, this is ounces. Right, let's look at one more sum. 9.6 ounces must be converted to grams. 1 ounce equals 28.3495 grams. So what needs to happen in this case? I'll take my 9.6, multiply by the rate of 28.3495. Therefore, if I type that in on my calculator, 9.6 multiply by 28.3459, that gives us an answer of 272.1552. And remember, your answer is now in grams. All right, I hope that makes sense. I think it's time for us for a quick break. After the break, we will continue with more mathematical literacy. See you now.